Hey everybody, this is Mark, and today we're going to talk about a website called Scambook.com. The reason I'm even doing this is it's kind of a response to some emails that I've had going back and forth with the employees at Scambook, and from what I can tell, there's really only 2 or 3 employees here at Scambook. And again, I want to make clear that what I'm about to present to you is what I have perceived to be some really unfair practices of this company. And I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just kind of giving you my review, my opinion of what it looks to me like is going on. And in this video, I'm going to share with a few members of the media and who I've been exchanging some emails with, because Scambook, they kind of present themselves as being like a consumer advocate. That we're here to help consumers fight back, get their money back. When in reality, they're definitely a business, and it's a company that's trying to generate a profit, and I don't have any problem with profit. But to allow consumers to make complaints and then not allow businesses to respond to those complaints unless they are a paying member of Scambook, and that just seems to be incredibly unfair to me. I do have a little professional looking presentation here in Notepad. Here are my main concerns. Number one, we'll show these to you here in a minute. As a merchant, Scambook has an F rating with their local Chicago Better Business Bureau. And that just seems incredibly ironic to me, that a company that tries to tell us that they're here to help consumers has an F rating with their local BBB. And I'm sure this is based on complaints from merchants regarding the practices of Scambook. Merchants, oops, that's not correct. Merchants cannot dispute a complaint without paying a fee to Scambook, and I will show you the merchant back end here in just a minute. And we'll start with those 2 points, and we'll come back to these others here about the neutrality of the company and some privacy concerns that I have. But let's look at their BBB rating first. And anytime I do these, I do have a blog up, and the address of the blog, I have too many tabs going. I set up a blog the other night, and the phrase that came to mind when I looked at their business practices is, again, I'm not an attorney, but from my point of view, it seems to me like extortion. And so one of the search phrases that I was Googling was, Scambook as a scam or Scambook as extortion. And so the address I set up was scambookextortion.blogspot.com. Okay? So you can go there, and I'm trying to document a lot of these things that I've learned about Scambook. If you're a merchant that's had problems with them, I encourage you to stop by here and leave me a comment so we can kind of compare notes. But their local BBB rating, and here is the address. And if you just Google the Chicago BBB, you can do a search. But here again, as of June 1st, here is their BBB rating. They have an F. And at the very bottom here, it says that on April 30th, a representative of the BBB visited Scambook's location, and they learned that it's a virtual office. Representatives from Scambook were not available, and the location is shared with several other unrelated businesses. So, don't even really have a real, business headquarters, so to speak. And also, when you go to their website, when you go to contact us, there's no phone number here. There's just basically a contact form. There's no phone number. There's no address. And ironically, they say at the very bottom of their page that Scambook is a 100% free community. Well, that's free for free for consumers to post a complaint. But as a merchant, you can't respond to any of those complaints. And I'll talk about my individual situation here in a little bit. But we run a directory of Herbalife distributors, Herbalife International, and what we're dealing with is kind of a case of mistaken identity, and I'll go into that here at the tail end of this presentation. But so here's the page for my company on scambook.com. So here's what a merchant company page looks like, and here are the complaints that show up on the site. And this was actually pointed out to me by a client, that when you Google our company name, Herbal Nutrition Network, that this shows up in one of the top 10 results in Google. And so I'm thinking, oh, it's no problem. It's a case of mistaken identity. People are complaining about this HGC Ultra. It's a kind of a scam that's going around Facebook. And this company is using one of our domains as their reply to address. So it kind of throws off the customers. And they type in that domain, they come to our website, which is not the website they ordered product from, and then they Google Herbal Nutrition Network scam, they find this page and post a complaint. But I'm going to log into the merchant control panel here, because I did register to be a merchant here, just to show you what that looks like. There is a free trial as a merchant, which that sounded like a great thing for me as a merchant. The problem that you have as a merchant is that we're in trial mode. Resolution features disabled. I cannot resolve any of these complaints. Okay? Because, as it says right here, resolution features disabled in trial mode. So the only thing you can do, if you go to your account settings, if you opt out of trial mode, and here are your different plans if you want to resolve complaints. Okay? Now, your standard plan is $99 a month, and you can only respond to 5 complaints per month. My company currently has 10 complaints. It take me 2 months to respond to the complaints. Okay? Now, the Pro plan gives you 15 resolutions per month. It's $300 a month. Okay? And then Enterprise is $500 a month, unlimited resolutions, and also adds a feature called Complaint Prevention, which allows you to respond to complaints before they show up on the website. Now, I pointed out to the staff at Scambook that, look, the complaints that were posted on your website were not about my company. I explained to them that the consumer has been misled by some basically scammers, and now I want to resolve those complaints, but I can't unless I buy one of these plans. Okay, so basically I have to pay at least $99 a month to resolve complaints. There's nothing I can do as a merchant. I can't have them, they won't remove them, and I can't respond to them unless I pay them. And that's my big gripe, is as a merchant, the customer has to do no verification. They create an account, they post a complaint. But as a merchant, you have to pay in order to respond to those complaints. And they say, look, we'll help you clean up your online reputation, on their website, as long as you pay a monthly fee. And to me, that is incredibly unfair. Also, they do say in one of their emails to me that they're a neutral platform for dispute resolution for businesses and consumers. At the same time, I find this kind of strange. There's another consumer board website, and ironically, Scambook claims to be, here's the address of the page I'm looking at, and so this is the website that I'm on, and I'm a gentleman, so I don't even like to say the name of it, but basically they had a complaint with a company called Instaflex. I don't know a thing about Instaflex or the complaint, but if you'll look down here, okay, Scambook support posted, saw your comment, I'm sorry for your frustration with Instaflex. It's a shame that so many are feeling ripped off by this company. We're seeing many people complain about Instaflex on our site, scambook.com. If you would like to share your complaint with others in hopes of getting your money back through a class action lawsuit, I would suggest you post your complaint as well. Once 100 complaints have been filed, we can move to the next step on stopping this scamming. Now, and there's also an email address here. It's kristen@scambook.com. And this really struck me as strange, because they're kind of promising that if you come to Scambook, number one, this merchant, if if people do come here, read this, go to Scambook and file a complaint, then the merchant has to pay in order to resolve those complaints. Number two, this whole thing about class action litigation just struck me as really strange. So I did just a little bit of research on to see who the owners of Scambook are. It's an LLC, and here are the owners of Scambook. And this company right here, actually, if you do a search for them, it does not actually give you a hit. And I believe there's actually a typo here. I believe it should be Kinzie. And somebody else did some research and discovered that this Kinzie Street Enterprises is a legitimate Illinois LLC, which happens to be owned by a gentleman named J. Endelson. J. Endelson, if you do a little bit of research, you'll quickly discover that he happens to be a class action attorney. Okay, so again, Scambook claims to be a neutral platform, but at the same time, it appears that one of their owners happens to be a class action consumer attorney. So I think what we're really dealing with here is Scambook isn't so much about protecting consumers as it is about generating leads for class action lawsuits. So it looks like they're using the platform in order to find consumers who may be willing to join a class action lawsuit. And again, I don't have any problems with class action lawsuits, but at the same time, when you look at their privacy and their terms of use, if you do a match here on the word attorneys, okay, they talk about how through Business Resolve we allow companies interested in resolving Scambook complaints to communicate to you the relief they are willing to offer. It is then up to you to decide whether you are satisfied with that relief and would like to accept it. If you are satisfied with the relief offered, we will make sure the company follows through. We will then mark your complaint as resolved. It will be removed from public view. Once the complaint is resolved, it will no longer be available for the company, its competitors, or private attorneys to investigate. If you aren't satisfied, that's okay too. You can decline the relief offered and your complaint will remain in the Scambook system, may be investigated for other action, or the company itself may make you another offer. And then there's this strange comment on attorneys and bidding. All right? And sometimes a company's actions are so egregious they attract the attention of their competitors, private attorneys, and government agencies. We believe this is just another opportunity to put power in your hands. So Scambook has created a unique system that requires companies, their competitors, and private attorneys to compete for the opportunity to provide you the relief you deserve. Through this system, any company or attorney who thinks they can help you with your problem must bid on the right to do so. So when you read their terms and use, it talks about how basically you might have attorneys bidding on your information in order to contact you about class action lawsuit. So if you look at that in their terms of use and read through that, you'll find that it's basically, I mean, they're pretty much telling you that your information may be sold to an attorney. Okay? Now, they do talk about if you don't want to be contacted by an attorney, simply select the appropriate button in the privacy settings page. I happen to create a consumer account, and I can't find this option anywhere. I'm going to pause for just a second, and I'll bring that page. Okay, so here I am. This is actually a consumer account, not a business account. And if you go to the privacy settings page, there's no option here to, and it said in the terms of use that it would be under your privacy settings. There's a place you could opt out to not have your information given to an attorney, and that page actually doesn't even exist on here, as near as I can tell. Okay. Now again, on any point that I've made here, if Scambook will contact me, I'll gladly put their rebuttal up on my website. Okay. So my concerns that we've talked about so far, their neutrality concerns. Okay. How they've encouraged consumers to come and post complaints. how one of the owners is Jay Edelson, who is a class action attorney. Again, from what I have seen, this appears to be the case. We've talked about the privacy concerns. Read through those. Are they selling leads to attorneys? It would appear so. Or they're just giving them to Jay Edelson. The privacy setting they advertise, I can't find it. My conclusion, again, I'm not an attorney. It looks like extortion to me. That if you pay us, we will remove these comments. I can't say that it is or is not extortion to me. That's the first word that comes to my mind. Okay, is it fair to merchants? Absolutely not. If a consumer can make a complaint without any kind of verification, then how can businesses have to pay to respond to that? My personal conclusion. Scambook appears to be a consumer advocate when in reality they're actually a lead generation platform for class action lawsuits. So that's kind of my review of Scambook. What can you do if you're a business? Here are some steps you can take. Okay, and this is what I'm doing. And if you want to, if you're a business and you feel like that you've had some problems with Scambook as well, here's what I did. Call them, email them. Okay. They won't answer your phone call, and you'll get a boilerplate response back. But let them know, look, you're not fair to merchants. Okay? I think this next step is very important. If they are violating any laws, contact the Illinois Attorney General and let her know. Just do a Google search. You can find the Illinois Attorney General's website. File a complaint. Okay? Let them know this seems really unfair. File a complaint with the Chicago BBB just for fun. Okay. The only thing you can really do without paying money to resolve a complaint on your own page is to actually set up a consumer account. And this is what I did. Okay, and this is what I did for my business. Is here's the consumer's complaint. I actually then posted a comment on the report using one of their free consumer accounts. Okay. And those do show up in real time, so that's really the only way you can respond to complaints from what I found. And I even actually had to issue a complaint against myself, so that became the top complaint, so that hopefully people will see this first. And I tried to explain what the situation was with our website and how we're kind of a victim here of a scam ourselves. Okay, so that's really the only thing you can do as far as their website is concerned. Contact your congressman and senator, okay? And then the other thing you might do is contact the media, okay? Find people who are consumer reporters in the Illinois area, around Chicago especially, in your own area. Search Google News for recent news stories that mention Scambook. Make comments on those stories, and email the reporter and direct her to my website and do a video like this and say, you know what, this website is not really what it appears to be. Okay? And finally, if you're a merchant that feels like you've been treated unfairly by Scambook, visit my website, leave me a comment. My phone number and email address will be available on there. Actually, I'm putting my email address right here. It's info@herbalnutrition.net. Okay, my name is Mark Hall. You can drop me an email, and I'll see your email come in. Tell me that you're a merchant, and I'm just trying to kind of join together here with some other merchants who are in a similar situation. Finally, my story is one in which I'm going to bring up this website and show you. There happens to be a virus going around that impersonates your friends on Facebook and takes you to a website that looks like this and encourages you to order this HGC Ultra. These guys are using hundreds of different domain names, and this is actually a thread on another website that talks about this scam. You can go validate this if you're interested. They're using dozens and dozens of different domains, but what they're doing is they are using a reply to address on the orders of info@herbalnutrition.com, and actually the email address they use is noreply@herbalnutrition.com, which happens to be an alias for our domain at herbalnutrition.net. If you will compare the scam website to our website, you will see that they really don't look anything alike. They have nothing in common at all. This is a directory of Herbalife independent distributors, and we do retail sites for Herbalife distributors. We don't sell any kind of an HGC Ultra product at all. Okay, but when a customer places an order through one of these bogus websites, they get one email, and the only email address in it is an herbalnutrition.com address. So when they don't get the product, they go looking for the website again, which they can't find, but they do find herbalnutrition.net, and they think that we are the ones who scammed them. So in our case, the complaints on Scambook aren't about us at all. They're about this HGC Ultra scam. So it's really a case of mistaken identity. And I have explained this to Scambook personnel, several times, and they will not respond. They will not remove the comments. They will not let me respond to the comments unless I pay for the monthly the package. So again, in my case, it is a situation where I just want to be able to respond to the complaints that have been issued here without paying them a monthly fee. I mean, that just seems to be just completely unfair. Okay, so again, my name is Mark Hall. I did set up a blog online, and the address is right here. One more time, it's scambookextortion.blogspot.com. Again, thanks for watching this video. Leave your comments. Check out my blog. God bless you, and have a great day.